Ooh, what's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, as promised, we got another leak right now. Ain't no one heard before from Tyson. Huh. Fury, aka Luke huh. McGuinness. Let's get to this, or let's cut straight to this delusional looking ass right now.
My problem in that fight, I probably had too much fun. It was probably too easy. At times, it was too easy. It was like I was in there with a local amateur boxer, and I was just enjoying it too much and messing around. And you paid the ultimate price in round 9, where I got a 10-8 round and got clipped. And that's what happens when you have too much fun.
Listen, Tyson, let me tell you something right now. Yeah, you were having no fun in there, and I'll tell you how I know this. In that round 1, you came sprinting out to the centre of the ring, which was fine. But then, for the next 12 rounds, all you proceeded to do, apart from maybe rounds 4, 5 and 6, a bit, even then, rounds 5 and 6 weren't him pressing, they were him counter-punching more. He was still backpedaling. I don't even really remember Tyson Fury being on the front foot, if I'm honest, but at least 95% of the time he backpedaling. Someone having fun, don't have to backpedal the whole way. Yeah? Especially when you talked about you're the knockout king, you were Kronk. Yeah, you got corny Sugar Hill up there. Knockout. What knockout you know come from the back foot? With a slappy jab. You seldomly see one of them ones. I can't think of one example of someone getting a knockout, backing up, running to the ropes and holding the ropes and goofing off. That's the God's honest truth. You were having no fun. You was pressing there. And you used the goofing off to try and it had me half convinced. I was saying, oh no, he's just confident, he's just that. Michelle was saying, no, he's scared to death to engage. And as it played out, he was scared to death to engage. His dad was scared to death to engage. Andy Lee was scared to death to exchange. He was scared to death to exchange. The big bare knuckle warrior was scared to exchange. That's not having fun. I'd agree. Rounds 5 and 6 could be considered fun, but 2 rounds out of 10, the rest of the time, people in round 1, yeah, I did a video on it. Yeah, type in a video. Leaked 4D frames. Tyson Fury, and it should come up. The YB boxing. You best believe it. I did a video frame by frame, and in that round 1, Fury's jerking off on the ropes, pulling back with his chops in the air. And Usyk, even in round 1, yeah, for someone having so much fun, you weren't in defensive control. For someone having fun, yeah, you don't get clips spark on your jaw and your eyes go rolling in round 1. It's impossible, people. In round 1, Usyk already had the measuring of you. He already almost, to be quite frank, if Usyk was a puncher, he'd have been knocked out then. That's the God's honest truth. Usyk's never been a puncher like that, right? He just hasn't. If that was anyone else, it'd have been Sparko right there and then. I believe that was probably actually the best shot of the fight. I think that the fact that Fury was fresher enabled him to hold it better than the round 9 one. Anywho, Tyson, your eyes was crossed in the first round. And in the first round corner, you was sitting there and Sugar Hill was talking there and you were like, yeah, your eyes was crossed, bro. That's just a fact. Researched, documented. Your eyes was you was looking for an answer, but it wasn't in Sugar Hill. You was looking somewhere in the crowd. He was neurologically and optically compromised at that point. And that was round 1. You never really recovered. You had a bit of, I'd call it, what they call it, Irish luck. You had some Irish luck in the 5th and 6th. That's all you had, right? That was the Irish luck. The rainbow luck. Ultimately, that's all you can attribute that sprinkling in round 5 and 6. Irish luck, people. Because outside of that, you didn't do nothing. You're scared to death. Sugar Hill was begging you, hold your feet. If you're having fun, man, you're rolling with the shots. We've seen top fighters have fun before. This was not one of them ones. Tyson Fury's performance reminded me of AJ vs Ruiz 2. He was not having fun in that fight. He was controlled and measured. He wasn't having fun though. He felt the pressure. He didn't want to engage. He's scared to death. Do you understand, people? Having fun means you're in there, lighting someone up at will, slipping shots. He hit you with most of the shots spark on your face, if I'm honest. Like, I can't think what he missed. There was not, people, all these Tyson Fury homosexuals, they make videos of Fury in there with Wallen, and he's going on the rope, slipping and sliding. They're like, oh my God, he's in the Matrix. There was none of that. There was none of that, people. I never remember seeing any consistent slipping and sliding. Every shot clopped you, or most shots clopped you on the side of your head. And you had to backpedal some more. So you're delusional. Yeah? You're delusional, and not in a good way. Because you ain't got the fight in you like that. Usyk has. You had the best rounds in the first half of the fight, in my opinion. And you fell off. Usyk came back from adversity and punched your head in for you. And the federal Dubai/Saudi royal authorities had to step in and save your ass. If it wasn't for Lord Turkey, his turbulency, you'd have been grass there and then. If it wasn't for the humanitarian efforts of Alexander Usyk backing off your ass, you'd have been toast. You'd have been sent to Valhalla. Not because you want to travel there, because you wouldn't have been knocked out fighting. You was knocked out backpedaling and jerking off. But again, you wasn't jerking off having too much fun. You were jerking off because you're scared to death, because you're shot. Your dad knew it. That's why your dad, Mr. Big Hard Bare Knuckle, didn't tell you to get at it, because he knew you cooked. Yeah, he knows the genetic impediments he's passed to you. We've all seen it. John Fury versus Henry Akinwande. John Fury versus Ross Garber. Yeah, flawed. That's flawed infrastructure of the chops, is what they call it in scientific circles. Flawed infrastructure of the chops. And your dad saw that. He thought, oh, it's only going to go left for you if you try fighting. Because you're leaky. Tyson Fury's got like 4 inches of reach and 4 inches of height and this, that, the other. If there was ever a time, if Tyson Fury had any defensive ability, being that much bigger, pulling back should work, right? If pulling back was ever going to work, it should really be in them circumstances. You couldn't make it work then. Yeah? Pulling back's like the most defensive thing you can do, and you weren't even making that look good. Imagine what would happen if you weren't backpedaling. You'd have just been punched around the place, which is what happened. Yeah? So, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace that his turbulency is sucking Fury off still. It's a disgrace. Do we expect any better from Tyson Fury? Sorry, Luke McGuinness, probably not. But listen, I pray to God. Michelle, she's going to put some coin on Usyk. You put a tenner on, you get £7 profit back at the moment. That's 70%, people. How many people? How many tricks do you know out there that can put you on 70% in one night? And this ain't no moody NFT. This ain't no moody crypto coin. You see that one, people? Yeah, this ain't no moody Jake Paul, Andrew Tate crypto coin. This is facts. Usyk punch his head off. And I'm not going to bet on it because I don't want to curse nothing. I ain't going to lie to you. I know what happened. If I put money on Usyk, he'd be knocked out. I know I'm joking that, but the reality of the situation is, I have no doubt, if I put a bill on Usyk, he will be knocked out in devastating fashion. That is what will happen. I know there's Usyk fans out there who say, oh no, it's nothing to do with you. It will. Because look at Eubank. Eubank had never been down, never been stopped. He go in there with B-level beefy, not even B-level, he's like C-level, and gets knocked, sparked out. Something that could, statistically, it was like close to 0 chance of that ever happening, and it happened in like 4 rounds. It's like, oh my God, that is wild, people. That's when I knew that there's the gambling shaitan out on the YB right now. He got an APB out on the YB, and he just tracking the YB's bets. He hating on him. So, anyway, I pray to God Usyk go in there, yeah, and deal with this cornball. Deal with him. And really, what's Fury can do? I've watched Fury's fights back. I've watched him against Vlad. Yeah. He was on the back foot then. You can say, oh, YB, he pressed Wilder. Wilder is like Mike Perry with the defense. He comes forward, he stabs in with his lead hand, his chin's in the air, and he pulls his hand down to his waist and slings it off. If you can't, all due respect, if you can't hit Deontay Wilder clean, you're in trouble, right? So, pressing Wilder, who has no boxing fundamentals, what, do you want a cookie? Fury was even running from Chisora. Fury couldn't stop Chisora. That's a fact. I know there's a few goofballs out there who say, oh no, he got to stop it. No, it wasn't a genuine stoppage. Moody stoppage, people. Yeah, it was a fugazi stoppage. Chisora wasn't actually stopped. It was a kind of a forgiveness stoppage. Not a forgiveness, an empathetic, humanitarian stoppage. Fury was in there hitting him with all his best shots. Huffing and puffing away, and he couldn't do nothing. So all due respect, if you're in there with Chisora and can't hurt him, what are you going to do if Usyk goes on the back foot and just starts slapping you around the place like Johnston? Because you ain't, to be fair to Johnston, to be fair to Anthony Lord Johnston, he's pretty tight offensively. Yeah, he's tighter than Fury. When have you seen Fury be tight? All the Fury sucker offers, yeah. What's the Wilder fight? Fury got put down twice. Yeah, the same Wilder who couldn't put down Parker, he couldn't put down Zhang. He put him down twice. And this was after Wilder was supposed to be broken. Fury was in there going 50-50. That's a fact. So all this defense, even in the first fight, Fury got put down twice. Yeah? Fury ain't that slick. He's just not. Parker's slicker than Fury. Johnston's slicker than Fury. Just because he puts his hand down and does this against bums here, how'd that work out with Usyk? Usyk was hitting him with everything he wanted to. It looks good versus complete bums. That's what that slip in the head, that's what Tyson Fury is good for. Or his defense is good for. It's not actually practical. It's not like a Mayweather defense. It's not like a Crawford defense. It's literally, I'm going to sway my head left and right and hope for the best, and he hoped for the best and got clipped a bunch of times. And then the funny thing was, in that round 9, when he gets clipped, he finally puts his hands up on his head. And that shows you the farce of having your hands down. Yeah? Because if you have to put your hands up when all else has failed, why are you doing that in the first place? If you just had your hands up, you probably wouldn't have been in that situation of someone rattling 4 or 5 shots off your head. You got there because you thought because the Tyson Fury homosexuals, the Luke McGuinness homosexuals have gassed you up about how you're in the Matrix. Oops. You was in the Matrix against Wallin, buddy. Against the other bum, Bumlenius. Yes, slow as molasses. Useless as molasses. That's who you was in the Matrix with. You wasn't in the Matrix with Wilder because you're on the floor about 4 times. Oops. You understand? You wasn't in the Matrix with Chisora because you couldn't hurt him. You weren't slipping off and banging him with something that was hurting him. You're just slapping away. Like, what's that good for? You can't even stop people. David Hayes stopped Chisora. Fury could never stop him. 3 times in a row he was in there slapping away doing nothing. I don't think Fury's ever scored a knockdown at Chisora. That shows you the capability of Tyson Fury. Anyway, people, I need Usyk, man, to get off on this dude. Yeah, Usyk's actually the most professional of them all. And yeah, when Fury was on top, as such, saying slick things make sense, but now it's like, oh my god, you're just cringe now. People said it was cringe before, fair play to you, but it's super duper cringe now. Over cringe. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell, 100%. No doubt about it. Stop it.